To add a little bit more life to this ship, and by the way, you can see I added more of these little things using the farm pictures all over it to give the hull more life. And by the way, just from my own experimentation, I discovered that luminosity makes me a little bit happier as far as the blend mode instead of the exclusion. So I chose that instead for all my parts, and I think it looks a little bit more realistic. I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to rename it Lights. I'm going to grab a pretty bright blue color, and I'm going to use a small brush. So let me go to my brush here. I'll grab a 9-pixel soft brush, and I'll start to paint some lights where I would think they would be alongside a ship like so. Just to give the illusion that there's something actually going on. There's some sentient life going on inside this ship. I'm going to drop the opacity down quite a bit. Just want to give the hint of some lights. Chances are good if you saw this over your house, you'd be in shock anyway, so you would think you saw lights when there weren't any there. I'm going to create one more layer and call it Exhaust. And what we're going to do here, actually, I'm going to call it Engines. A little bit cooler. And what I'm going to do is grab the same bright blue color and a bigger brush, like maybe 65 pixels, and I'm going to paint these bursts coming out of the back. It doesn't look great yet, but don't worry, we're just starting. Then I'm going to grab this white color, and I'm going to fill that in right where the hottest part would be. And I'll go ahead and just do a couple of drops like this by clicking the mouse, just doing some randomness. And I'll do a couple of sparks over here. Now let's go to Filter, Liquify, and we'll use our pucker and bloat tools. So with the bloat tool, I'm going to go to the end and just bloat that out. And on the pucker, I'm going to go to the opposite end and just pull that tail in a little bit like so. Hit OK. It looks really, really cool. Last but not least, we're going to go to Blur, Motion Blur, and we're going to match the angle of the ship. So use the little dial here until you're happy with the angle. It looks like about 30 or 27 is going to be great. I'm going to increase my distance quite a bit. Hit OK. And last but not least, I'll drop the opacity down. And now we have this really awesome composite of a mothership hovering above a suburban compound or dwelling or whatever you call those things. I think subdivision, that's the word I'm looking for. So I hope you had fun with this project, and I hope you learned how to use the layers, the layer masks, a lot of tricks with the lasso tools, rotation, and the ability to distort things, and also how to use other filters like blur and liquify and all in conjunction to create a really cool composite based on regular old farm images on top of a 3D model.